Hi there. Are you considering a move in Nova Scotia in the near future, but wondering what the market is doing here? Well, I'll give you a breakdown of the MLS regions that I cover: Halifax, Dartmouth, Annapolis Valley, and the South Shore. Now, I'll be focusing on the residential sales only, which includes condos, detached homes, townhouses, and duplexes. So to begin with, there are currently 2,168 active listings in Nova Scotia, which is up from 100 in March and 814 from this time last year. In Halifax, there are 761 active listings. That's up from 46 from last month and up 130 from last year. The Annapolis Valley has 410 active listings, which is up 50 and up 137 from last year. The South Shore currently has 290 listings, which is actually down 17 from last month, but up 130 from last year. Now let's talk about new listings that came on the market in the month of April. For Nova Scotia as a whole, there were 1,318 new listings, which is up 113 from March, which is pretty standard as we were coming into the spring season. However, it was down 446 listings from this period last year. In Halifax, there were 618 new listings in April, which is up 68 from March, but down 249 from last year. The Annapolis Valley had 237 new listings, up 65 from March, but down 36 from last year. Finally, on the South Shore, they had 100 listings, which was down 19 from last year. Now, I just wanted to point out that while there were 1,318 new listings that came on the market in Nova Scotia last month, there are still about 850 listings left over from the previous months. So that tells me that those listings might be a bit overpriced and it's taking them longer to sell, because the average days on market right now is around 10 to 12 days. Moving on to the number of homes sold in April, there were 859 sold in Nova Scotia, which is up 197 from last month, but down 420 from last year. That's a whopping 49%. In Halifax, there were 426 homes sold. That's up 114 from March, but down 194 from last year. That's a decrease of 45%. The Annapolis Valley was down 74% in home sales for the month of April compared to last year, with only 126 sold. That's down 94 from April of last year. The South Shore area was down the least with 32%, 75 homes sold in April, which is down 23 from last year. Finally, inventory is measured by the amount of supply that we would have if we didn't have any new listings come on the market and if they all sold out. So for Nova Scotia, from last month, we were up from 2.2 months worth of inventory to 2.4 months worth of inventory. For Halifax, we inched up by just a decimal point to 1.8 months worth of inventory. So now what you've been waiting for, and that's the median home sale prices for Nova Scotia as a whole for the month of April. Now, I go by median home sale prices again because it's the middle of the pack. Exactly 50% of the homes have sold above that price and 50% have sold below that price. Because we have such a wide range of homes and home prices across Nova Scotia, I find this is a more accurate number than taking the average price. For Nova Scotia, the median wholesale price was $477,700. Now that's up 10% from March, which is pretty indicative of going into a spring market, but that is up 12% from this time last year. Now for Halifax, the median home sale price was $525,000. Now this is up 7% from last year, but that is a decrease of 5% from last year. For the Annapolis Valley, the home sale prices are actually up 15%, and we're sitting at $337,500. Now from last year, that is just a decrease of 0.01%. So we're at the same sale prices as we were this time last year for the Annapolis Valley. And on the South Shore, the same thing. We were up 35% month over month to $303,231 for the South Shore median home sale price, but that was almost the exact same as what it was this time last year in April. I watch a number of YouTube channels and that focus on mortgage rates and interest rates. And the general consensus is that we are not expecting to get back down to the 2% inflation rate till late 2024. So that means that the Bank of Canada is not going to reduce the mortgage rate anytime soon. They're going to hold that out until it starts impacting bringing that inflation rate down. This means that buyers are going to have to get used to the 4 or 5% mortgage rates that we're seeing presently. Actually, it's sitting at 4.29 to 5.5, depending on if you're looking at a variable or a fixed rate mortgage. So in summary, we can see that inventory is increasing, and that's a good thing. But when we look at properties taking only on average 10 days to sell, that tells me that a lot of the properties that are coming on and adding to that inventory are overpriced and are sitting on the market. So anything that's priced properly will sell, and it will sell fast, and we are seeing multiple offers again. That being said, that is the reason we are seeing home prices increase month over month across the board. And that is why we're seeing the same home prices as we did this time last year in the Annapolis Valley in the South Shore, and only a 5% decrease in the Halifax area. So any questions about Nova Scotia real estate, I'd be happy to help. Just message me below or shoot me a text. That's all for now.